And the winner of last night's Republican debate is Donald Trump, despite not actually being there nor saying anything about any of it at all. When asked who won the debate, Donald Trump is the winner, and he was not even there. Now, in second place, for those that did attend the lesser-known GOP debates, is Vivek Ramaswamy, for which I'm a big fan. I think he may be coming off a little too, what's the right word? Personified, maybe plastic. I'm not trying to rag on the guy, but Vivek is really trying to make a character of himself, in my opinion, to stand out. And he maybe went right over the line, but it's okay. I think it's mostly fun. I think Vivek may be too smart is the issue. I really do think so. And that's not a complete compliment, right? I think all of the people up on that stage are very, very smart, but to varying degrees, they're playing, a reading level game. Some of these candidates, like Chris Christie, are going third grade reading level. And again, I am not saying this to insult the candidates. I'm saying the strategy of someone like Chris Christie, he goes, Donald Trump is not going to come up on the stage to deal with this issue, because he's ducking them. And, people aren't going to call him Donald Trump. They're going to call him Donald Duck. And then he chuckles and no one laughs. It's like, okay, yeah, like real lowbrow. Nikki Haley made a huge mistake, in my opinion, going for the shrill, ignorant woman bit, which I really don't understand. For example, Vivek Ramaswamy said we should not have kids under 16 using addictive social media. And Nikki Haley turns and goes, you want kids on TikTok? And it's like, lady, he literally said the opposite of that just now. Vivek's issue, in my opinion, criticism across the board, right? But compliments for a lot of these candidates. Vivek's issue for me was that he was speaking in this very logical, highbrow kind of way. Again, I am not saying this as a compliment. A lot of people are going to be like, you're just cheering on Vivek and you're insulting Ron. No. What I'm saying is, for the average American, you have to find that balance. And if you come out and say, as president, we're going to have a 3% reduction in tariffs pertaining to China. Now, when these trade deals were set, we had to consider the Bering Strait. Now, this is a huge component, and people are going to be like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. So you've got to find that balance. I think Vivek is trying to be as presidential as possible. He's doing a really good job. But like I said, like the persona and the talk and the way he does it is, for me, a little over the top. But I do agree that of the candidates that were there, Vivek did the best. What was really, really off-putting was, Tim Scott, bro. I'm a big fan of Tim Scott, policy-wise, South Carolina, all that stuff. But the dude would not shut up. They cut his microphone off. It's really funny when you can hear the ambient sound of Tim Scott going, rah, 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 and it's like, dude, I get it, man. Okay, I get it. You need airtime. But they cut his mic. Now, Vivek would be talking, and then all of a sudden he's got Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, and Tim Scott all yelling at him. Sorry, guys. That's good for Vivek. You were bickering and yelling as Vivek had the floor, and it makes you look beneath him. It makes you look like he's center stage and you're biting at his heels, and that's probably what it was. That's probably what it was. Now, I don't think any of these people are going to win. As much as I'm a fan of Vivek, as much as Ron DeSantis as a governor, I'm a huge fan. For a while I was saying he's the best politician in the country. I now think that's Matt Gaetz. Shout out Matt Gaetz. And that's only, to be honest, Matt Gaetz does a great job. There's a lot of great members of Congress. But that omnibus spending bill stuff Matt was working on, one of the most important things I think has been done in this country in a very, very long time. For those that aren't familiar, Matt Gaetz pushed back, and along with many other Republicans, but he led the charge against this idea that we'd have 5,000 pages just funding literally anything and everything without debate. And Matt actually got a strong effort towards single subject spending bills. Like, you want to spend X, single bill, we vote. I think that's one of the most important things done. So shout out to Matt Gaetz. He's not running for president, however. So as much as I do like a lot of these people, and I have compliments across the board for all of them, despite me not liking some of them, like Nikki Haley really, really irks me. When, she's very much pro-war. So is Mike Pence. These people just not interested. Nikki Haley came off as, in my opinion, she came off as shrill. And the reason I say that is I know all the feminists are going to be like, you're attacking her for being a woman. Like, dude, shrill was because she would raise her voice when interrupting and say, "You want kids on TikTok?" Like, whoa, 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 bring it down, bring it down. Tim Scott would go, "Whoa, blah, 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 blah." And it's like, okay, dude, not your turn. There's a difference between like raising your voice in a shrill manner. Now, maybe you want to make the argument that women are more likely to be shrill when they do something like that than men. Look at that Theranos lady. She talked like this. She lowered her voice. That was also kind of weird. I think the issue for Nikki Haley and why she comes off this way, and maybe you might think it's just something that is more likely to affect women. That may be the case. I think it's because she, when you, in this shocking manner, take someone, invert their statement on the spot, and then yell at them while they're talking, it doesn't play very, very well. My view on all of this is I actually deeply agree with this who is the real winner of the presidential debate. I think obviously Donald Trump is the winner. He's the front runner. Prediction markets have him at like 70% to win the Republican primary. So spare me. It's done. None of these people will be president. And as much as I like and have respect for some of them, we outright said right away last night, yeah, no, none of these people will be president. Oh, man, you know, I'm sorry. Like, I never want to run for office. I would never. But, you know, I would just love to be at a debate stage like that so I can insult everyone. And just, I'd love to be up there. And when they're all talking and they'd be like, Mr. Poole, what's your answer on immigration? I'd just be like, out. You got to go. You can't stay. You came here illegally. You broke the law. You're gone. That's it. Have a nice day. Why? What are we talking about? It's insane. This idea that like, well, you broke the law, so how about we just negotiate? No, you broke the law. You leave. Have a nice day. Why are we spending money housing illegal immigrants? We got a nice bus for you. It's very comfortable. It's got air conditioning. We're going to put you on a plane. It's going to cost us a lot of money, and we're upset that you're making us spend it, but you can't stay. Now, here's what we can do. You can apply to come in legally. Okay? And that's fantastic. And, you know, when we figure out proper placement, we will absolutely bring you in. I think the problem is we want people in this country who are going to follow the rules and agree with our way of life and the laws that we've put in place. And if the first act you commit when coming to this country is to spit in the face of our norms, customs, rules, laws, etc., I don't think you should be here. Anyway, I digress. I'm sick of these wishy-washy garbage answers. This is why Donald Trump wins, because I can only hope to emulate that raw energy that Trump brought in 2016. Now, I don't think he had it completely in 2020. He's got a little bit of it now, but 2016 was something special. They're up there and they're giving you these answers where they're just like, you know, immigration is a very important issue and we need comprehensive reform. We cannot be, in China this and China that. I just be like, listen, man, it's really simple, okay? Secure the borders, lock the gates, increase spending on bollard fencing. We're spending billions of dollars, billions on non-citizens. Just spend the billions on a wall. It's funny. Trump's like, I'm going to build a big wall. And they're like, how are you going to pay for it? Well, you know that money that you'd be spending on the immigrants to house them in New York? We'll use that money. How does that sound? We'll cut the funding from New York. We'll build a wall. Not literally a wall, bollard fencing. Hey, does that mean it's going to stop every illegal immigrant? No, many of them fly here, but it doesn't mean we're not going to try. But I just love to be up there on that stage, not because I want to be president. It's the opposite. So that I can stand up there and be like, none of these people are going to be president. Why are we wasting our time? I'd be up there and be like, what's your strategy, Tim? Mr. Poole, what's your strategy for dealing with inflation? I'll vote for Donald Trump. And I'll be like, what? That's not a plan. I know. I don't want to be president. I'm voting for Trump. And there's nothing any of these candidates are going to say that's going to change that. Donald Trump is not a savior. Donald Trump is not a hero. Donald Trump has probably done a lot of really bad things. Is he, is there fraud in his businesses? You know, who knows? Who knows? They've not proven it. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, Trump's a saint. No, I'm going to be like, dude, Joe Biden has botched it up and everyone agrees. Some of these other candidates, they got some good ideas. But I'm sorry, man, they're all B tier, B, C, and D tier. Like Vivek Ramaswamy, he's top notch. Perhaps a little too young, but he's better than the rest. I'll give him that. Not beating Donald Trump. He's not. And I really do think Vivek would probably do things a lot better than Trump. But, here's the thing about Trump. He's got almost nothing left to lose. And every time, I love this, every time they come at him, now trying to dissolve the Trump organization, I'm like, thank you. Let me make this very, very clear to all of you. I'm really glad. I'm so happy that they've gone so far that they are trying to literally destroy Trump's life in every possible way. Please unleash this man. Please take everything from him and leave him a haggard bum in the streets with glowing red eyes being like, I have nothing left. And the only thing he will have left is revenge. I wouldn't mind a run-of-the-mill Trump 2016.2, where he's like, look, we're going to build a wall. We're not going to arrest Hillary. We're going to build a wall. We're going to send home. You can't stay. All that stuff. It's fine. Okay, fine. Bring manufacturing back to the Midwest. Get the auto manufacturers back here. Secure the border. Get rid of the TPP garbage. No foreign wars. All that fantastic. We had great numbers economically in 2019. But now what they've done, destroying Trump's life. I mean, the Mar-a-Lago stuff is laughable because I posted this tweet. And I'm just gonna bring it up again because there's just so much. I tweeted this last night during the show as we were pulling comparables on real estate in Mar-a-Lago, and you may have seen the story. I covered it last night, or I covered it yesterday, where they say Mar-a-Lago is worth only $20 million. Look at this image from Zillow. Just like, okay, it's kind of hard to see, but you've got this tiny little parcel of land for $30 million next to Mar-a-Lago. And Zillow has Mar-a-Lago at $24.2 million. This tiny little lot next door to Mar-a-Lago, $26 million. They are lying. They are crooked. They are corrupt. And this is insane. So, you know why Donald Trump won the debate? He wasn't there. But let's go through where we're currently at. Jack Posobiec says, DeSantis gave Biden a free pass on inflation and blamed it on Trump. The Biden campaign is now thanking DeSantis for his comments and posting the clip everywhere. You'll hear this from the White House every single time the inflation question is ever asked again. Ron DeSantis screwed up. These people are sabotaging Donald Trump for no reason. Why are they running against him? And Vivek Ramaswamy, you want to know why he wins? He said, I will respect the legacy of Donald Trump and everything he did. And I'm like, bingo. What did I say about the Ron DeSantis campaign early on? I said, look at Vivek's trending with 110,000 posts. I said, Ron should come out and say, Trump did a tremendous job. There were some mistakes. Nobody's perfect. I think we can improve on that. Ron should have said, no attacks on Trump. That's a waste of your time and energy. He should have said, hey, look, I think the reality is we will be lucky for a second Donald Trump term. I honestly do mean that. If we pull this off, if in 2024 Trump is the nominee, we must be behind Donald Trump. We must support him. And I think what we saw in his first term was tremendous, despite the fact he was weighed down by these ridiculous scandals and these bunk impeachments. If we get a repeat of 2019, we will be lucky. However, there's a reason why I'm running. And again, speaking as to how Ron DeSantis should have said it, he said that because we need someone who can get in there for 2 terms, 4 years, 4 years. Okay, we need a full 8 years. Trump's got 1 term left. I do think we would be lucky to have him, but also there's an opportunity for the American people to decide if they would like a fresh start and someone who will uphold what Donald Trump has done. So with all due respect to Trump and the things he's done and the work he's done, my concern is that Donald Trump will be held back by the manipulations, the scandals, the history, and it may be an effective tactic against him. But more importantly, politically, we have an opportunity for 2 terms fresh. Incumbents have a higher chance of winning. That means after Donald Trump completes this term, 2024 to 2028, there is going to be a more difficult road ahead for the Republicans to win the White House again. Incumbents have a major advantage. And so I think there's an opportunity right now to say, do you think I should give it a shot? And if the people choose Donald Trump, more power to them, tremendous respect. But we'll leave it to the voters. That's what he should have said. Instead, Ron DeSantis attacked Donald Trump. I think it was a terrible play. We have this from Stephen Chung. He says, apparently Ron DeSantis challenged President Trump to a one-on-one debate. Sorry, Ron, we're not thirsty and desperate like you or sleazeball partner Gavin Newsom. Ron DeSantis challenged Trump to a one-on-one debate. You know why Trump said no? Ron DeSantis in the prediction market at PredictIt for the GOP nomination is currently in 3rd place behind Nikki Haley. Bro, look, If Vivek asked to debate Trump, I'm not going to be surprised Trump says no. If Glenn Youngkin, Tim Scott, Trump's like, dude, the prediction markets have Trump at 74 cents. Okay. Nikki Haley's at 10 and DeSantis. How is DeSantis losing to Nikki Haley? I'm sorry. DeSantis did a lot better last night than he did previously, but the attacks on Trump were stupid. And it's funny because, we had Michael Knowles here and he's like, well, he has to do it. He has to. And I'm like, yeah, no, I get it. I do. You got to go after the big dog and try and score some points. But I think going after the big dog is done in a more tactful way, and Vivek proved that. Now, to be fair, Vivek is still behind DeSantis. None of these people are winning. But Vivek went the approach of I will defend, and he says I forgot the exact quote, but he was like he's like I will uphold Donald Trump's legacy in his first term, but we'll create an opportunity. Blah blah blah. Ron DeSantis did make the point about serving 2 terms. I agree, but it has to be done in a respectful manner to Trump, who did not complete 2 terms. That being said, still voting Trump. Nothing that they said is going to change my mind. Take a look at this. 538's got new polls out. Yeah, YouGov has Biden ahead of Trump, 5 points and 1 point. Doesn't matter though. In aggregate, I love this. There's no aggregate. There's no aggregate poll number for 538 right now. I don't know if they used to or whatever. I thought they used to have like, here's the average. It's not here anymore. So sure, fine, whatever. But if you look at McLaughlin and Associates, Trump's up 4, 5, 7, 4. Morning Consult has Biden up 3 on DeSantis and Biden up 1 on Trump. You got JL Partners with Biden up 8 points against Mike Pence, 3 against Ramaswamy. But wait, JL Partners has Trump beating Biden by 1, Haley by 2, DeSantis by 1, Scott by 1. Look, ABC, Washington Post put out 2 polls. Trump's up 10 points and 9 points. Okay. Trump is clearly the guy for the job as of right now. Between Trump and Biden, in aggregate over at RCP, Real Clear Politics, Donald Trump has a 1.1% aggregate lead over Joe Biden, even with 2 very beneficial polls coming out for Joe Biden. So look, there you go. Jack Posobiec made another really great point in pointing out they did not bring up the weaponization of the DOJ one time. None of them did. This is why I'm just like, I wish I was on the stage, man. I wish I was up there. This is probably why a lot of people decide to run knowing they'll lose, because they want to be on the stage to bring up issues. Fair point. I would never run. I don't want to be president. I don't want to be in office. I want to complain on the internet, I guess. But man, dude, just if I was up there, I'd be standing up there and they'd be like, what is the first thing you would do as president to solve the problem of the economy? I'd be like, well, the economy is very important. I completely agree. But it wouldn't be the first thing I'd try to solve, to be completely honest. While I do think there are some reforms we can make in, say, like fracking, nuclear energy, fossil fuels. We got a lot of resources in Alaska. The energy, creating more energy. This is really going to help the economy. Ian Crossland is always talking about fusion cell stuff, fusion, hydrogen, all that stuff. He's actually got a good point. If we can get cheaper, cleaner energy, then this is going to improve the economy for everybody. So that's there. But I'll tell you, I'm sorry. The first thing I'm going to do, it ain't going to be about the economy. So if you're sitting there wondering at the price of milk, bread, and eggs, well, sit still. It is a priority. But priority number 1, prosecuting, arresting, criminal charges against all of the corrupt Democrats, DAs, prosecutors. I'm not kidding. We are going to have special counsel, special prosecutors. We are going to weed out the corruption first and foremost, because we can't have fighting in the streets. We can't have cops arresting locals in Staten Island. This country needs to uphold the rule of law. You want to improve the economy? I'll tell you one thing we can do right away. Deport the people who have entered this country illegally. We'll stop spending your tax dollars on non-citizens. We will remove them from the country. They will stop putting a strain on our economy. This idea that bringing people in increases demand, it also puts immediate strain on local economics, okay? Let's bring back manufacturing, help the people who live here, and stop supporting this corrupt DOJ, these corrupt actions. No. It's time that we say the rule of law must stand. This is going to be an improvement for everything. You want to know why? Look, right now we've got Target stores, CVS, all of these places closing down. That's bad for the economy. Why? Crime's running rampant. I covered this, talked about this story. This woman was brutally murdered in Baltimore. And it turns out this guy was known to police. The police warned he would do it again. They knew he had he had tortured, I'll talk about this later. They knew and they said nothing. Yeah, in Baltimore. So at this point, I'm just like, we need strong rule of law. And, I'm swayed by many of the arguments of conservatives about the failures of liberalism. And I mean real liberalism, classical liberalism. The maximizing of individuality results in this breakdown. There needs to be a balance between individual responsibility and community responsibility. A happy medium, as it were. But right now, man, I don't think we can be playing these games where we're attacking the front runner and providing fuel to Democrats that Biden is now using. DeSantis says Trump needs to defend himself on abortion. No, he doesn't. Trump's right. All of these people out. I am not a conservative. The left may say that because they're nuts. No, I fall into the social liberal camp for the most part. Where do I find myself on abortion? You all know. I think, who was saying this? That Hillary Clinton had it right? Safe, legal, and rare? I thought that was funny. Like, oh, Hillary Clinton had it right, huh? Yeah, well, look, safe, legal, rare, I agree with. It shouldn't be illegal. It should be unthinkable. All of these things. I believe that there are circumstances where having government involvement in medical research is a bad thing. However, I do think abortion is completely wrong. There is no easy answer to this because you are dealing with a woman and a child, both of whom I believe have inalienable human rights. And so you can't put someone on someone else's body against their will. That is to say, there's an argument to be made for elective abortion being made illegal. But rape and other extreme circumstances, well, women will make the decision. The problem then is if we make an exception for rape, you then need government involvement and like forms and like a court hearing or something. Oh, man, this is brutal. So I don't have the answers. I really, really don't. I think Trump is right that there will be some kind of compromise. And I am totally okay with that, despite morally having qualms and questions about how we solve this problem. I think the political reality of this is it's beyond my moral and philosophical capabilities to find a solution between two parties. I do not agree with the left at all on abortion at no limits. That's insane and should be banned outright. It should be completely illegal. It should be a serious crime to terminate the life of a baby post-viability, in my opinion. That means Trump is right. 6 weeks, 12 weeks. What's the where's the compromise? Going on stage and being like, we're staunchly pro-life and we want to ban it outright. I'm like, you ain't helping yourself. Trump's right on this one. I don't think it's an easy solution. I have tremendous respect for the pro-life arguments of my conservative friends, and I disagree. And I'll debate it to the ends of the earth. I just don't see it. I can't see it. In which case, I agree with Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's the one who got you these Supreme Court justices, which end up overturning Roe v. Wade. You should be happy about that. I do think abortion is a federal issue, though, because the question of the life of the child is 14th Amendment. Do these unborn children have inalienable rights? They do. The problem I run into with abortion is there are two people occupying one body. Good luck solving these moral questions. Man, I don't know. I don't have answers. But if you're going to come out and start attacking Donald Trump when he's seeking compromise and pulling in independents and moderates, you're burning yourself down. Sorry. I think Trump's right on this one. But here's where we are. Attacking the big dog and wasting our time. I think Ron DeSantis did a lot better, but attacking Donald Trump was a mistake. Vivek Ramaswamy did wonderfully, but he came off a little plastic, is one way I'd put it. He's trying to, his people have commented that his hair is very tall, and I'm like, no, these are smart things, really. He knows that he needs to create a character that people can identify with and not be seen as a generic component. Burgum, for instance, is viewed very generically, despite being a very wealthy businessman. People just don't take him seriously. It's a joke. Vivek Ramaswamy pulls ahead and becomes recognizable. He's got this cadence to his voice. He maybe went a little too far with it. I don't know, man. I think Trump wins, and he did do as well as he did, because it's not about Trump. It's about someone just saying, shut up. Oh, man, I'm sick of it. Okay? None of these people gave me anything that mattered to me. No, I know they said things, but it's like, bro, I ain't voting for any of these people. You know why? I can certainly say Donald Trump doesn't need to call Rosie O'Donnell a fat pig. Okay? I can certainly say he doesn't need to say, well, you'd be in jail to Hillary Clinton, right? There's an issue of decorum. I've long said that. However, I must admit, those things being said by Trump are in the realm of authenticity. And that's what I want. I am just so sick of the plastic politician garbage. I know all of you are as well. So we need someone on the debate stage. Fine, wear a suit, whatever, loosen your tie. I don't know. I don't care. That's why I'm like, I'd love to be up there. I would just be like, Tim Scott, dude, shut up. Okay, man? You're jumping in. All of this is plastic garbage. None of you believe half this crap. You've got consultants telling you what to say. Now I'm going to attack Donald Trump. Chris Christie's scripted line about Donald Duck. It's fake plastic garbage. I don't think any of these people actually care about what's going on for the most part. I'm talking about the debate. I'm telling you, all they're doing up there is they're saying, I am going to say these things in the hopes it generates enough votes so that I can do the things I really want to do. I don't believe for a second any of these people believe the things they're saying. Because when you watch a show like Timcast IRL, you get the real conversation. Okay, I had Vivek on the culture war. And he's sitting there, and then he leans back and he says, yeah, they're probably going to get mad at me for this, but we need some kind of civic test for voting. Maybe you got to, and I'm like, that's a real conversation. I like Vivek. When you sit down with him, he does these podcasts. That's why I like him the best. But when he does the actual sit down conversations, you get real authenticity. You actually get a dude who is telling you what he thinks. I love it. When you get the debate, Vivek, plastic, scripted, because that's the performance. And I'd just be up there. I'd be like this. And I'd just not say anything. And then I would just only cut in to insult these people. I'd be like, Nikki Haley's like, you want kids on TikTok? TikTok is China. I'd be like, Nikki, he said the opposite of that. Shut your stupid mouth. Nobody cares to hear your regurgitated talking points that you're lying, inverting what was said. How about the last time when she's like, Vladimir Putin said he's going to take Poland? No, he didn't. I can't stand any of this stuff. Bro, come out. Tell me, you know what I want to see? I want to see Ron DeSantis be like, thank you all for coming to this debate. Thank you for all of you for giving me a chance. Donald Trump is going to win the nomination. I think it's fair. Everybody gets it. But hey, let's take this opportunity to build the profiles of some potential contenders for 2028, maybe potential VPs. What we need in the Republican Party is fresh blood. We need to build the profile of individuals who will come after Donald Trump. And this is an opportunity to do that. The Democrats have no rising stars. So right now we need this opportunity before all of you, to the millions of viewers, to show you who we are and take this chance in this election cycle to say, hey, next time around, remember, we're here. We have charisma. We have personality. We got X factor. We're going to bring that to you. But let's not kid ourselves. Ain't nobody going to be nominating anybody but Donald Trump. So I tell you this, me, if I'm on stage, I'm voting Trump, baby. That's what I'm doing. I don't know, whatever, man. I think everybody agrees it's plastic garbage, blah, 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 blah. And it's funny because they pander to the ignorances of the average voter. I don't know. That's why I said Vivek is too smart. Because he just turned it down a little bit. But at least he's not doing that. Right? At least Vivek is saying like X, Y, and Z. You know, it polarized a little bit last time. Some people didn't like him. Some people did. Don't care. If we continue to live in this world where it's like we have to be third grade reading level candidates, and it just, I'm not interested in any of that. So anyway, look, I'll wrap it up there. Got a lot of stuff to talk about today, but shout out Donald Trump. He's the real winner. And everybody agrees. So next segment will be coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out. Obviously, whatever. I probably just preach into the choir and how I feel about these debates, but I'll see you all at 1 p.m. Thanks for hanging out.